Hello everyone. So in this video we would see the basic commands of SQL. Okay. And what is SQL? SQL is called structure query language, and we use this language to retrieve information from our databases. Okay. And there are some features of SQL command that we should know, that this is a non-procedural language, mean here programmer have to specify that what the program should do step by step. Okay. And second point is it uses predefined syntaxes to retrieve information, as we have multiple commands, we have multiple aggregation functions, and we have multiple operators, so these are all predefined. And third is it may produce duplicate tuple if distinct keyword is not been used. That means if by using one SQL command we get two similar output, so by using this distinct keyword we can choose only one unique values. Okay, so now let's see the commands. What are the commands we have? So first would be create table, alter table, and we have drop table. And these three commands falls under DDL. DDL means data definition language or data description language, whatever you want to say. Means this defines the table. Okay. Now there are many other commands. Let's say we have insert, we have delete, and we have update. And this falls under DML, which signifies data manipulation language. And then at last we have select, and this keyword will be used for each of these previous keywords, which is select, and this is DQL, which calls data query language, right? So now we'll see each and every commands in here. Then we'll also apply this by using query in our MySQL Workbench. Okay, so first we want to create. So I want to create a table. Let's say create a table. Let's say I'm giving it the name as student. Okay, student. Then here I want to put SID, means student ID, and these are the data types. Okay, so an SID can be with variable and also can be with character, so we'll use varchar with the limitation of numbers of character, which will be 25. Then I also want to store marks, and marks will be in integer, so this, and then simply. All right, so after we'll run this query, we'll generate a table like this, where we'll have SID as our first column name and marks as our second column name, and the name would be our student. All right, okay, now we have alter table. Alter table mean we can add another column like this. So let's say I wanna alter table the student, and I'll add the branch, mean which branch of student that particular student is, and the name should be with varchar 25. So after I'll run this, it will add another column, SID, marks, and here I'll have my branch. Okay, simply. Then we have drop. What this drop will do, drop will simply delete the whole table. Okay, it's simply like we'll use drop table student, and it will simply delete my whole table. Now there is another keyword. Wait a minute. Now there's another command which is truncate. Okay, and the main difference between truncate and drop is if we use drop on any table, it will delete the whole table, mean table with their structure, with their data, with their name, everything. But if we use truncate, it will keep the structure. I mean, if I give you an example how it will work, so let's say the name is AB and there are a couple of data. If I use drop, it will delete the whole table. But if I use truncate on this table, it will keep the structure. Okay, so that's the main difference between drop and truncate. And so we have done with our DDL. Now we'll have DML. In data manipulation language, we have insert, delete and update. And by the name you can understand that insert is to insert values, delete is to delete particular values, and update is to update any particular pre-given values, right? So let's say the table we had this table, right, where we have 3 column which SID, marks and branch, and the name of our table was student. Okay, right? So now what we'll do, you can simply write this. Okay, wait a minute. Insert table student. Here I'll simply give these values. Here I need to give this value like this. Let's say SID is 1, marks he got 35, and the branch is computer science CS. This will update my table. If I say SID, mark, branch, it will give me S1, 35 and CS. Okay, now if let's say I want to update now. Okay, so let's update table student. I'll use this keyword set, and I want to set the marks plus 5. Okay, and this will update my values in 40 simply. Okay, and last we had delete. So if we say, let's say delete হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে Okay, so then this delete command will use to simply delete any values from the table. Okay, it's simply, so I'm not showing it anymore. So yeah, that's it. Now let's go to our MySQL Workbench and let's use that commands. Okay, so now we are in our MySQL Workbench, and you can install this by seeing some tutorial in YouTube. Okay, so we have created a student table. So I'll simply fetch the data. So we have SID and marks, these two column. Okay, now as we said, we'll alter the table and we'll add a branch called, like we'll add a column called branch. So we'll do this, wait a minute, and let's say I'm gonna run this. So here I'll alter. Then if I again see my table, you'll see we have added another column called branch. Okay, now let's insert some values. So we'll add some values called S1 as our SID, and as S1 and C is strings, so we need to give this in this apostrophes. Okay, so these are our values. So we'll use this command, insert into student with values, then the whole data as we have seen in our whiteboard. Then run this. Then again, if we run this command, you see that we have added this row. Okay, and now let's say I want to add the update. So yeah, so here I'm updating that I want to update student, and I want to set the marks with marks plus 5 where SID is 1, okay, so let me run this. Let me fetch this again. So you'd see S1 40 CS, so we increment the marks with 5. Okay, now let's say I want to insert some more values. So what I'll do, simply say 30, make it 45, same, let's run it. I'll add another one with S3 50, and this I'm taking it as IT. Okay, done. Now let me see my table again. So you'd see we have 3 data. Now let me update some data. Let's say I want to update the S3 and I want to decrement this value of marks by 5. So I'll do this again. I want to fetch, you'd see the value got decremented. Okay, now let's see the delete command. Okay, so for delete command, I want to delete this first row where, so the command would be delete from student where SID is 1. So I want to delete this first row, and we'll learn about this where command in further videos. Okay, so I run this command. Now if I fetch this, you'd see we have deleted our S1. Okay, so what we have left more, we have left to see the truncate. So truncate table student, right? Now let me run this. Now if I fetch the table, you'd see we still have the structure of SID, marks and branch. Now if I drop it, I'll drop the table, the name is student. Now let's see what's gonna happen. Run it. You see the student table has been gone from here. And now if I try to run it, it is giving me this error that table jdbc.student doesn't exist. So there is no table of student. Okay, so that's how it is. And I have shown you that how to create a table called student. So like how to create that. So for this, I'll show you how to create it. So let's say I'm naming it as student, and I'll apply here. I will name it. So SID, let's say varchar 25. Then I have marks, right? Marks with, int. Then simply apply, skip successfully applied, finish. Then you will see we have our student right here. Okay, so now go to my query, and now if I fetch it from here again, you'd see we have our table. Okay, so that's it for this video. In next video we'd see all those aggregate function like count, svm, like sum, average, mean, max, all of those. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching.